Hey everyone, this is ByPigeon and I'm a developer working in Godot. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm documenting my journey of solo game development while hoping to provide more learning resources for aspiring Godot developers. I don't have prior experience in coding, or art, or writing, but I've always loved games, so I'm trying to turn that passion into a reality. If that's interesting to you, feel free to subscribe. I've been working on an unnamed game for the past couple months where you gather, inspect, and craft items, and things have been going well. I mean, the flowers are flowering, the sun is shining, but there's just this one thorn in my side. And that is that I have unlimited energy. Well, kind of. The energy bar does go down as we explore this area, and we can even faint if our energy gets too low. But when we go back to explore, our energy is full again, and that is a problem. Which brings us to the important topic of resource management and how it allows players to have fun. In Slay the Spire, a popular deck builder with a cool cast of characters, you use your health as a resource, sacrificing it by battling enemies and even stronger elite monsters to gain power in the form of cards and relics. Instead of choosing to rest and regain HP, you can also choose to upgrade your cards as another means to gain strength or progression. In Stardew Valley, you use your energy to choose what tasks you want to do in a given day. By limiting the amount of energy that you have, your choices become more meaningful. The game then acknowledges your choice by providing upgrades, allowing the player to diversify their gameplay experience because of how they chose to spend their resource. You can imagine how much the game would change if you could no longer lose HP in Slay the Spire, or if you had infinite energy in Stardew Valley. Alright, so what's this got to do with that? We understand that spending resources is part of the fun that a game provides. In my game, well, my game has a problem of having infinite energy. So here's what I'm planning to do. I'm going to change the current energy system so that once it decreases, it'll stay that way for all areas of the game. However, once this change goes live, players won't have a way to recover energy any longer. And if you faint, you'll have zero energy and no way to get it back. That gives us the perfect excuse to work on a sleeping system where players will choose to go to bed to regain energy. And by doing so, players now have to interact with the day and night cycle, manage energy consumption, and also keep an eye on the day count. As a developer, I also get to explore new energy gaining and spending systems, some of which could be cooking or eating food. Now, jumping back to my game, I need to start by making energy consistent. If I lose some energy during exploring, I want it to show up during our main home scene. That means I have to fix this texture progress bar, which is a Godot node that's useful for HP or EXP bars. Right now, we just needed to provide some feedback to the player. So then I took a second to make this progress bar update function, which just changes the values of the progress bar, and then I throw it into the ready so that whenever the scene gets run, that you'll see this update. And looking at it now, it seems to work great. On the home screen, the progress bar is full, indicating that we have max energy. The next step was to go exploring to bring it down and check the home screen again. And the home screen does look good, with the progress bar showing a good chunk missing that we used already. However, I already know that when we go back to exploring, that because of the code and how I coded it, the energy is going to reset fully. So that's the next thing to fix. Now I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be just as easy as the first progress bar, but because of the special slanted energy on this bar, I had to use code to simulate the actual bar and how it moves. And you know what that means. The first bug I ran into was that the bar value was lowered, but visually, the bar didn't reflect the change. Yeah, that's not good. So then I tinkered with it again, and then I saw the bar moving in the wrong direction. And to make matters worse, the bar value was somehow wrong. And then the third time. Alright, so one more time. Looking good, looking good. And let's go! I'd be happy to tell you guys about the specifics, but it's a little too nitty-gritty for this. So let me know below in the comments if you're interested, and I'd be happy to go into a little bit more detail about it. Now let's hop over into the house to work on the sleeping system. I'm going to create a prototype button to start this off. If you're interested in a strictly Godot tutorial on making buttons in my workflow in both Godot and Aseprite, check out the button video that I made. Alright, so it was easy enough to get a screen up with some text and both a prototype and a texture button. I tried tackling updating just the time and day first to keep things simple. And it turns out that I linked the wrong time variable for the hours and minutes, so only the day counter increased when the button was pressed. And here's a fun little moment I had when I was trying to fade out the screen to black. I had positioned the black screen too low in the hierarchy, so it didn't cover all the elements that were showing on the screen. Then I was scratching my head trying to figure out why it faded to black well, but the fade back into a visible screen was way too fast. Turns out I forgot to add an await keyword to listen for the animation being finished. So instead of waiting for the black screen to fade back to visible, it bypassed the animation completely and just hid the black screen. I was reaching the final stretches. After going through and making sure the date and the time got incremented properly, that the black screen was functioning, I checked for continuity by heading back into the field to lower my energy. And, as per usual, it didn't work out on the first try. The date counter wasn't getting updated because of a timing issue, and that was easily fixed by reordering my code. The energy not getting updated was me not connecting to the right signal. Typically, when you have visual feedback of some variable, energy in this case, you would code it so that when the energy variable is being changed, that a signal is emitted that the amount of energy has changed. And then, on the receiving side, which is the progress bar in our case, we need to make sure it's listening for the signal so that once it receives the signal, it knows to run the update whatever function, the update label function again, which will refresh the UI on time to show the latest values for what has been changed. With all that, we finally tackled the energy system in my game. This was definitely one of the easier systems in terms of integration, because a lot of the functions, signals, and infrastructure had already been built. I just needed to tack on a couple things. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you continue to look out for my videos because I appreciate the support. Definitely let me know if there's something you want to see or a Godot topic you want me to cover. I'll see you all next time.